Hey everybody, Ryan here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about 1954's Executive Suite, directed by Robert Wise, starring William Holden, June Allyson, Barbara Stanwyck, Frederick March, Walter Pidgeon, Shelley Winters, Paul Douglas, Louis Calhern, Dean Jagger. Produced by John Houseman, a legend. Even just by not being a producer of this movie, he was a legend. So this movie, I would say, is like a mixture between Conclave and Severance, to where it's about a bunch of executives scheming to try to take control of the company with their own little visions and ambitions and what they think that the company's direction should be. So the film opens up with the president of the company. You're seeing it through his eyes in a POV shot, and he's walking out of the building. The movie opens with him signing a telegram saying, "We're going to have a meeting tonight at 6 o'clock. All the directors, let's get together." And he walks outside of the building and drops dead of a heart attack. Somebody steals his wallet, and so they can't identify the body. So all the board of directors are, living their lives and stuff, and they're all like, "Oh, we got to go to this meeting. He's probably going to finally make a decision about some things, and he's going to appoint one of us the executive vice president, and so we'll be right under him, and we're going to be the future of the company." Well, by the time they find out that he actually is dead, they've already started scheming, and the main conflict. Well, one of the main conflicts of the movie is between William Holden's character, who is in charge of the factories and the industry side of the business. They sell furniture. And Frederick March actually is like the numbers guy, and he's like the main like accountant or whatever for the company, the financial administrator or whatever. And so everything about that he believes in is, maximizing profits at the expense of the furniture. So like he doesn't care if the furniture's crappily made. He has a vision that he just wants to make sure the shareholders have the most profit that they possibly need. And William Holden is the younger guy who, he's kind of at a crossroads in his life where he's like wants to be a leader of a really good product, and he doesn't care about the profits for the shareholders. He wants the company to be successful, but it's not at the expense of the customers who are buying the product. They don't want their product, their table, to break in a month. He wants it to, the name of the company on the piece of furniture to mean something where people will know that it is, a big deal and they're for them. So you have all these guys that are all believing that somebody or themselves should be the leader of the company. They're scheming behind closed doors. It is a very, very good movie. And most of it takes place in the executive suite of the tower of the headquarters of the company. And it's crazy because you see different parts of the building throughout the movie, like some office spaces and stuff like that where the common workers work. But the executive suite, you walk into it, and even though the building on the outside is made of steel and it's, it's not New York, but it's like a skyscraper like that, the executive office is like a country chateau out in the middle of the woods. And so it has like a castle kind of feel. So it kind of brings that, the king of the company kind of feel to it. And so they're all trying to get the crown. And it's a phenomenal movie. It's one of the few movies, if you can believe it, that actually do not have a film score whatsoever. All the sound in the movie is natural sounds. So the movie opens up with a bell ringing and just the credits, and you hear the street. And phenomenally directed by Robert Wise, who eventually became really well known as the director of Sound of Music and West Side Story, co-director of West Side Story, winning Oscars for that. But, he started out as an editor on Citizen Kane, and I believe he was responsible for like the newsreel footage, and he put that together in Citizen Kane, and it was his idea to kind of rub the film like over rocks and stuff to make it all grainy. I know he started out as a very like smart, innovative editor who went into filmmaking, and the thing is that his movies, he like conquered every genre. He was kind of like another Don Siegel, to where he did so many different things. I mean, he did Executive Suite, and then years later he did Sound of Music, West Side Story, Star Trek the Motion Picture, the Andromeda Strain, tons of movies. Robert Wise is a legend. This is one of his best. I'm a huge William Holden fan. I'm a huge Barbara Stanwyck fan. They're my two favorite in the entire cast. And so what he does with all these actors is like phenomenal. But I wanted to recommend this movie because it's one that I saw on TCM a few years back, and I had never heard anybody talk about it. And I had never even heard of it. And I watched it, and I loved it. So I bought this Warner Archive DVD, and I really wanted to talk about it now because I watched it recently and fell in love with it again. But at the end of the month, it's getting a really beautiful Blu-ray release by Warner Archive. So you guys need to go ahead and pre-order that and check that out. I know I am going to. And it's just a great movie. I've never heard anybody in this film community talk about it. So I want to hopefully introduce a bunch of you guys to a great movie. Check it out. Executive Suite. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.